Okay, I think I got this working right. Anyways, so I wanted to talk about my sawmill shed, basically, that I built for basically the price of the nails. And how I did that was the wood that you see is all from this property. Uh, it's all cedar. There is a bit of spruce in there, but it's all cut from the property. It's cut on that mill. It's rough cut. It's not aged, like it's not kiln drying or anything like that. I just cut it and nailed it up, and basically did the whole shed for the price of the nails. And how I did that is that back in the fall there was a Ritchie Brothers auction. They're all over North America, so where I bought this enclosure, it's a fully walled enclosed carport, 20 by 20. These things retail for about 4,900 bucks Canadian, but I picked it up for $1,200 for the whole kit. It's a bit of work putting it together. I don't think it's really meant, as you can see, there's a little bit of a bow in that with the snow right now, but the steel seems to be going the wrong way to offload, but that's part of the structure. Anyways, I just got this to work out of the rain, have some benches here and not, you know what I mean, not have to go through the expense. So for $1,200 for this kit was a great deal. I've got a shipping container there. I'm going to put another shipping container where that truck is so that I have my walls that way. So that's why I didn't need to use the steel for the walls. And then so we get over to the sawmill shed, and I used the wall steel and put it on the roof. So basically I got this building and that building for $1,200. So I'll just take you in to the shed here, around the shed. These are basically just 1x6s, 1x7s, 1x8s of cedar, just cut random. Some of them are deeper than others. The ground that we're on here is gravel, but you can't really see it. Well, I guess you can see it right here, a bit of gravel. So these are true 6x6s. The front ones are 8.5 by 6x6. The back ones are 7.5 by 6x6. They're basically just sitting on the ground. Like in this area where I live, there's a lot of what do you call it, log homes that were, the first row of logs were put down 160 years ago, and they're still in good shape. So I'm not too worried about the cedar going bad because I have gravel. You can see there's a little bit of unevenness in the ground, but I wasn't too worried about that. So basically just framed it like a pole barn. Put the cross beams on there to have something to hammer the uprights on. I could do board and batten, but it's just a sawmill shed. Then the cross beams are mostly 2x6. Some are a little bit thinner. It all depends on the log you're cutting on the mill. Some of the cedar gets punky or rotten in the middle, so you kind of deal with what you have. So basically that's it. So 6x6 posts, 4 across the front. This span here is 16, because I can do a 16-foot log on my mill. So this is 16 feet wide. I did the extra braces just to hold the weight of the snow. Then the back one is 14. I originally was going to close the back one off, but as I was building this and cutting wood, I started, even with what I've got here, I've started to smell the exhaust a little bit. It's not bad, but I thought if I enclose that back, the exhaust was going to get worse. And then basically how I do a log cut is the scraps I take off, and I have built this, well, you can't see it now because it's in snow, this debris bucket for my tractor. I basically throw the offcuts in there, and then I throw it in my old quarry pit where I burn it, or I can bundle it and give it to the local mill down the street. They make what do you call it? You know that stuff. Mulch. That's it. Sorry. So, anyways, basically that's what we got. I left the tops open, sides open at the top, front and back open. Now I did do some wiring. Those are automotive, 12-volt automotive lights. I've got 3 of them in here. Not that I cut in the dark that much, but it's just nice. You come in. I've got a battery here. It's hooked up to the battery, and then I've got 2 solar panels that I use to charge up truck batteries while they're being parked. They're frozen into the ground right now. I was gonna take one of those little panels. They're just like a little Coleman deal, mounted on the back of this wall here, and then hook it up to the battery so I've got power, or keep the battery charged. But anyways, turn the lights on. You see they come on. It's kind of bright today, so it's hard to see them. But yeah, it gives you a little bit of light, because up here it gets dark at like 4:30 right this time of year. So if you're cutting and you don't want to stop, but then that's it. So basically, yeah, all this wood is cut on this mill, and that's what you get. It's not like award-winning shed, you know what I mean? But the few winters before this, I would come down here in the winter and I'd have to spend an hour shoveling everything off to be able to cut some wood if I needed it. And basically, a lot of the logs that I have around here are 8 feet long. I had to do these 10 to get 10 foot of span. So we were 10 feet this way, and where total is 20, 16, 28 this way, which gives me space here. I built in this little bench. Just to hold stuff off the ground. And then over here I got another little bench. Just a shelf, I guess, shelf you call it. And then I hang my spare blades there. And yeah, so far it's working good. We got about almost a foot of snow 2 nights ago, and what you see here is all that came in. So the rails are still clean. And yeah, so basically that's my $30 worth of nails sawmill shed. I'll stand back here, take a better look at it. And yeah, that's it. It took me about probably solid 5 days to cut, because I'm cutting each piece. Cut a log, get some pieces hammered up, cut a log, cut some pieces hammered up, and to put it up. But that's how you get a free sawmill shed. All right.